All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for me to review another movie for you. And on the menu for today is The Menu. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on that red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. I usually wait a little bit before I record my reviews. I watch the movie. I usually give it at least a couple of hours to think about things, get some ideas in my head, and then I sit down and I record. And then almost immediately after I edit, I upload, I do all that stuff. I just finished watching this movie. The credits finished rolling maybe 2 minutes ago. Turned on my PC, set everything up, moved the camera in place, lights on, all that good stuff, and now I'm recording. I had really high expectations for this movie because I like cool concepts like this. I like mysteries, I like dramas, I like thrillers. Those are the kind of movies that are like right in my wheelhouse. I love stuff like this. And I friggin' love this movie. I love this movie a lot. And what's interesting about this one is it took me about, don't read or watch anything about this movie. In fact, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil any of the major plot points or beats. I will talk a little bit about some of the themes of the film. If you consider that spoilerish, turn this off, go watch this movie. I loved it. I'm sure there are people that will hate it. I really enjoyed it, and I normally don't enjoy these very specific, like, niche type of films. So, let's talk about it. It's a movie about a bunch of strangers who come together to go to this, like, cool dining experience. And it's set on an island. The restaurant is called Hawthorne. It's got this rather pretentious seeming chef who oversees the whole thing. And he's got this like specially curated menu, and then the story unrolls from there. Again, I'm not going to spoil any of that. But it took about halfway through the movie for me to realize exactly what it was doing. And up until that point, I was kind of meh on it. I wasn't really getting it. But then when the movie clicked for me, I loved it. I loved every second of it. And then looking back on it, I was like, okay, I see what this movie is doing, and I love the hell out of it. It's got a banger of an ending. There are 3 or 4 scenes in particular that really like made the movie for me and kind of helped clarify the story it was telling and some of the themes of things like class and secrets and people's, hidden natures and their sins and the things that they hide from each other. And it touches on all these like very deep themes in what is a pretty, slick and well produced and directed film. It takes a little bit of time to get going, but when it does, man, this is a great movie. I love the heck out of this. And it has 2 scenes that are the hardest I've laughed at a movie all in like the last year. All the 2022 movies, this film has 2 moments, 2, 3, I think 2 moments where I just completely busted out laughing. One, I started laughing until I cried. And then from then on, I was like, okay, I understand that what this movie is doing. I understand the story it's telling, and it's fantastic. Huge fan. Ray Fiennes is great. Anya Taylor-Joy, awesome. Nicholas Hoult is great. John Leguizamo is great. All the side characters are fantastic. And the story overall is really good. It's got some really, really cool twists that I didn't expect. And I loved it. Huge fan of The Menu. One of my favorite movies of 2022. And yeah, can't say enough about it. I know I'm recording this in 2023, but yeah, this movie's great. Huge fan. Love The Menu. Well done. Pun. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you liked it, found it helpful, I hope you consider subscribing. You'd also like and share it. That tells the powers that be that it's worth promoting. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.